Okay, today we're going to replace the battery in this women's, I believe they call this style presidential. So this is a Citizen Quartz CQ presidential watch. It might be vintage, I'm not sure. Maybe from the 2000s, perhaps. But these watches tend to be pretty decent quality, all things considered. I don't know if I were looking for a nice fancy gold two-tone quartz watch, and if I was had smaller wrists, I'd probably consider this watch. It's really well made. Probably last forever too. But yeah, so it's in very, very good condition. I don't want to say it's unworn, but it sure looks like it's been worn very, very, very few times. Maybe once, twice, I don't know. Are there any missing links? That's usually a tall tale sign that it's been worn. I don't see any. There's 5 on that side and 6 on this side. Maybe there's a missing link on this watch, so it's probably sized in the store and then worn once, maybe. But let's get the clasp pin out, and let's get the battery replaced in this one because it is not working. Alright, I don't want to scratch this, but well, you know what? I'm going to try using this one first, and I'm just going to be very gentle. Hopefully, you know, they didn't over tighten the case on this one. And I should be able to remove it with this case back opener. I'm going to try and have some control so I don't scratch this watch that has no scratches on it yet. And I don't think this is going to work. So, for the sake of preventing me from scratching it, I'm going to grab my vise. It's not a bad idea to have a nice machined aluminum vise like this for watches that are in particular good condition, that you do not want to damage, or like luxury watches that again are, or you know, if you're doing a job for a customer and they're paying you a lot of money, you know, maybe you should use professional tools. Because you don't want to damage a paying customer's timepiece. That much I could assure you, because that's not fair to your customer. Okay, maybe I can. It's not really centered, is it? What am I to do here? Ah, there we go. We'll get a look on at the case back of this in a second. Right as soon as I remove it. This case back opener needs to get lubricated in the worst way, and I think I'm going to do that after this video, because I am sick of fighting it. It gets stuck all the time. Okay, here we go. Nope. Yep, there we go. Just like that. Okay. No scratches. And then I could finish the job with this. Oop. Am I doing this right? There we go. Let's finish the job with this guy. Try not to scratch it, and it's off. Okay. I'm gonna wear my glove so I don't get my fingerprints all over this Oh, sorry, everything's not in center, is it? Okay. Let's take a look at this case back. Very nice. It's using module 1002. And then the other side looks like it's got something glued on there. That's kind of interesting. Okay. We'll look at this movement after I replace the battery. Well, let's bring this camera down, shall we? I suppose I could bring this up, couldn't I? So this is the movement. Citizen Watch Co. No Jewel. It looks like it's a 102A or a 280-34. Those are the only markings I could find on there. Okay, so let's looks like we got a lever. I don't think I've ever worked on a movement like this before. Maybe I have, but it looks like we have a lever. Okay, doesn't really want to come out, does it? There we go. As careful as I can to not over bend that lever, because that's the thing that you can do is you bend this little lever out of place, and now it won't snap on the battery, right? I've seen movements like that before. Okay, so this is allegedly an SR621, which it probably is, but what is that in? Okay, so it's a 364. Right? So, I do have a 364. I have several. We will get a new 364 in this, and hopefully it'll tick. And if it doesn't tick immediately, I will jump start it, because sometimes you got to jump start your quartz watch, and I use a Chinese demagnetizer for that. I think I paid like, I don't know, $12 for the one I have, something like that. I can't remember, but it was pretty inexpensive, and they're super useful. They'll also demagnetize a automatic mechanical watch. I had to do that to an old Seiko not too long ago. Okay, I gotta go get a pair of tweezers now. Use these plastic ones because that's what I've been using recently. Alright, should be able to just get this underneath the lip like we always do, like that, and then this lever needs to move over. So I will do that with my dentist tool. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, that looks good to me. I will get this here case back on. It's got a nice thick gasket, which is kind of sweet. Don't think I have to worry about that anytime soon. What's the water resistance on this anyways? Doesn't say. It says water resist. That's all it says. Okay. Well, let's get this back on. These are really... Seiko makes a lot of these kinds of presidential watches as well. Let's not scratch this, shall we? And I don't want to over tighten it, but I'll probably give it a little bit of tightness here, and I think that's good. Yeah, Seiko makes the same kinds of watches. They're really well made. And they're kind of a classic too. Oh, it's not ticking. You know what that means? I'm gonna have to jump start it. Yeah, it's not ticking, which means this has been dead for a while. So let's see if we can get it ticking again, shall we? Still nothing. Did I put the old battery in? Ooh, I think I put the old battery back in. Whoops. That's silly of me. Now I have to redo all this stuff. Arg. Okay, I'm gonna cut to this thing ticking. Yep, so I put the old battery back in. Actually, I'm quite confident that I did that, so my bad. Sometimes I do that because I am silly. Grabbed the wrong one, and I installed an old battery. That is no good. So sometimes you'll make a mistake like that, and you should always think about something like that, because it does happen. And there it is. We are... Oop, you know what? This isn't on all the way. Now it is. Okay. You want to make sure this lever goes over the battery. Okay. Kind of like that. You want to just move the lever over. It shouldn't be on the side. It should be over, keeping the battery in place. Alright. Is it going to work? It's ticking. Huh. Very cool. Probably didn't have to use the demagnetizer on it, but for some reason my brain goes to that first. You know, just cause it's just the way it is. But I should be able to tighten this up by hand like this. You don't over tighten your case backs, everybody. I don't think it's necessary. Just you know, there, that's good. Once it starts giving you a bunch of resistance, you know, you could overdo it and crush the gasket, you know? Like if you've ever worked on a vehicle, like a car, you'll know that if you over tighten a bolt or something that's got a gasket, you can crush the gasket and you'll have a leak. So you don't want to over tighten these things. And I know a lot of I think a lot of people think the tighter the better, but it's absolutely, positively not true. You can destroy the gasket, and then you will have a leak. And then your watch will get destroyed if you ever do get it wet, and you'll need a new watch. Nobody wants to do that, and there you go. Done. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Two-tone. Looks like it's been hardly worn. So how much is a watch like this worth? So how much money can I make after all my labor? Well, I think I paid like $30 for this watch, and I think I could sell it for about $75 because it's got the box. Because believe it or not, this is still a pretty popular style of watch, and it's got some additional information right here. In the band, you've got Citizen printed on there, which my camera's not going to focus on. That's okay. I think I could get about $75 for this. It's a beautiful watch. CQ is a good. It's just a good kind of series that Citizen put out. Let's make sure it works properly really quick. So you want to get it to around 6:30ish to make sure you don't ruin the teeth. Okay, that's changing the way it's supposed to. That's changing the way it's supposed to. Let's see if it'll change at midnight. Sometimes watches don't. Usually indicates that the hands are not aligned properly with the day calendar or the day wheel. This watch has a lume on it. I don't know if you see that, but there's little splashes of lume on this. I bet this watch, if we turn the lights off, it'll probably glow. It's really nice detail on such a small watch. Okay, it's turning. Got 12, and then it went from Friday to Saturday. Boom, we're good. Cool. Alright, there you go. Nice little citizen. Somebody with a very small wrist will buy this watch and size it, and they will appreciate it. And here's a quarter comparison. This is a pretty small watch. I would think that it's probably like, I don't know, maybe 25 millimeter case size. Let's find out. Ha! 25.5. Pretty good at that. Not really. I guess wrong constantly. Lug is 31. And then if you wanted to put a new bracelet on this, I'm thinking looks to be, yeah, probably about 12 millimeter lug width. And then the thickness is 8.3. Nice small little stylish watch. I think Rolex has put out a couple that look a lot like this. I forget what they're called. But this style is like a presidential, I think is what they're called. So yeah, not too shabby, right? Thanks for watching, and yeah, I hope you have a good day.